They do. I'm always fielding questions about you. I'm like, God, he's a mystery. I don't know.
You guys are both playing characters that people know, but we're never necessarily like the lead of an on-screen Batman story. So do you find that it's like what do they want to know from you? What is the fan interaction?
I remember having an experience on season 1 with an SA, a supporting artist, background artist. He was stood at the bar with me in one of the club scenes, and he was like, we'd had a little chat, and then he was like, kind of turned away from me, and then was like, I can't believe I just spoke to Thomas Wayne. And I was like, oh, okay, right, yeah. It means something to someone, so that's good. That was the story.
That's the punchline.
Wow. The punchline, there we go.
Well,
I think, not to speak for Bruno, but I think it's a bit of a foreshadowing, or it's the repeated family dynamic that we then know is Thomas and Bruce's dynamic, which is that kind of cold, distant, awkward father-son relationship. So, which I think you've written brilliantly. Well done. But yeah, so we kind of learn about a bit of family history there, and their interplay is very tense. And Patrick kind of comes, Thomas is on the straight and narrow in this season. He's a family man. He's a paediatrician. He's like sailing close to the do-gooder that we know of him in the comics.
sure.
And then Patrick arrives and kind of tries to re-embroil him into dark matters, and succeeds, kind of. But yeah, it's an interesting tension between them for the whole series.
Dynamic. What is the friendship like in season 3 for you?
Thomas is still begging to be friends with him.
Trying to be mates.
Just saying, we're friends, right? Aren't we friends? We're friends. As a friend.
You actually asked to stop saying that.
Yeah, I did. I was like, come on.
Bruno,
It's
please.
making me feel very lame.
Alfred's like, nah. Shuts the door.
There's still, I think it turns out in this season that, there's still, Thomas ends up still needing the help of Alfred. And I think there's still a bit of distrust the other way around. I think there is, because of, seasons past and what he's involved Alfred in, there's a little bit of, a bit of distrust. But, I think we see the beginnings of, If Thomas was always after him for business affairs and for the CIA in seasons 1 and 2, I think we begin to see the need in Thomas in terms of like protection for the family. That begins to play into it, and I presume will continue as we get further into the story in further seasons.
Do you like to just throw things out there and see if they?
Yeah.
I presume that will continue and see what they.
Yeah. He was all about being the next James Bond.
Yeah. which he tried out, and then they were like, "Oh, you're not cool enough to do that."
But here's the thing, the original concept was always going to be that Martha and Thomas are two sides of the Batman coin, and it's Martha who is the ferocious, like, slightly mad vigilante, and he's the rational Apollonian man of justice, which, that's
With a temper.
Yeah, with a
dark side.
dark, sexy edge on it.
Thank you for adding that in there.
With a tash.
With a tash.
Great.
I love it. I think that if anyone's keeping track, that was like the 3rd sexy. I like it. I feel like we're really selling season 3.
Jack got called a sex magnet yesterday in an interview we did, and I was very jealous.
By like a fan or
No, by someone.
a journalist?
Yeah,
all right.
Sex magnet.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I made her call me it as well. I was like, and
And
me?
also, we're on camera. Could you just?